everyone. My name is Celia Hamilton. I'm the Strategic Planning Manager for the Social Biz User Group. Thanks for listening to this interview. Today I'm talking to Gary Dolsen. Gary is Vice President of IBM Digital Experience Software at IBM. The Digital Experience Platform houses products like the Customer Experience Suite, WebSphere Portal, Web Content Manager, and IBM Forms. And Gary has joined me to share a bit of information on what we'll see at Connected in the next few weeks around those products. Hi, Gary. Thanks for joining. How are you?
Hi, Celia. Good to talk to you.
So how was 2014 for digital experience? Can you recap some of the wins your team had over the last year?
Yeah, it's been a really strong year for us. Especially the second half has been very active, and we finished the year out in a great way. There were a couple of tipping points that we saw in the market that we were able to take advantage of. One is that a lot of people are investing in social intranets, and perhaps they had an intranet once upon a time, and perhaps it was fairly static. And really what they're trying to do is closely integrate the digital experience technologies, the social technologies, the rich content management sorts of features, including active video and things like that, to create a very modern, fresh, engaging sort of social intranet. And then when you add in some of the market opportunity we're seeing in terms of marketing people investing in web content management and customer experience management, it adds up to a pretty strong year. One of the interesting things that's happened in the marketing area is that more and more people are paying attention to partner-based engagement strategies. So they're looking at their B2B strategy and how they go through a digital transformation there. So how do they overhaul the digital presence for their supply chain, for their demand chain, for their dealers, stores, and franchises, things like that, to create a very emotional, engaging interfaces. So there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of investment, and we've seen the benefits of that over the course of the last year.
Great. And Connected is just a few weeks away, which means attendees are probably now just starting to build their session schedules. What are some of the must-see sessions around the digital experience platform that they don't want to miss?
There's several things I would recommend. One is starting with the opening general session, which I think most people will be present for, but I think it'll set the stage pretty well, and we'll have a good digital experience portion in there, as well as some demo activity there. And
Wonderful.
It'll tie in nicely with the new Verse launch and with the social capabilities that IBM has to offer, too. So I think you'll see a lot of things there that'll be interesting. There's a number of other sessions that I would encourage people to go see. There will be some panel sessions that we'll have with our customers. There will be one around marketing sorts of customer-facing experiences. There will be one around internal-facing social experiences, and there will also be one around mobile sorts of activity that we have. Many people know that we put a lot of interesting mobile functionality into market last year, and that's one of the things we'll be emphasizing going into next year as well. So there's also, I would encourage people to take a look at some of the sessions on cloud that we have. We put a product in market in December called DX on Cloud. There's also another flavor called DX on Cloud Plus, and we'll be making a lot of advances on that in the next year as well. So there's a session, I think it's INV 302, so by Mahendra Pingale, that would be a good one to go to. So there are a lot of things that would be useful to put on your schedule.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a pretty robust schedule presence there, then.
Yeah, we do. We put a lot of interesting things in market last year. It was our most active year in terms of functionality releases that we've had compared with any of the previous 4 years. So between our version 8.5 release that had a lot to do with mobile and web developer support and scripting and things like that, we had Rich Media Edition releases, we had Forms releases, we shifted to a continuous delivery strategy, and so there's a lot of things that we'll have available to talk about, and we can put that in the context of where we're making investments this next year too.
Great. Can you hint at any big digital experience announcements that we'll learn about at Connected?
Yeah, we'll start talking quite a bit about our support for mobile application content management. So most people have known, most web developers who are building out kind of a traditional web experience have recognized the value that you get from content management, the ability of a line of business person to be able to change content and then deliver it dynamically based on whoever is logging into the experience or what you know about that person. And we're extending that out to mobile applications as well, so native apps and hybrid apps. And so we'll start talking about the types of products that we'll be releasing and the types of functionality that we'll be releasing to support that same model for mobile app developers. And it's a pretty significant sort of value that we're going to start offering, and we'll start to talk about what products we're going to release there. You'll also hear us talking more about our cloud investments. The cloud products we put in market last year were primarily related to platform as a service, so single tenant, managed operations, genuine pay-as-you-go sort of economic model. And we'll start to hint about some of the areas that we'll be looking at with respect to more traditional solution as a service or software as a service, where it's more applications as opposed to platform.
Uh-huh. And Connected is going to be a bit of a change from what we're used to in the past years at Lotusphere and Connect. What are you most looking forward to at Connected this year?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because it's a return in many ways to our roots of supporting kind of the balance between IT and line of business. And it's important to be able to talk about that balance. You know, we are releasing a lot more tooling to help line of business, but it's really still an IT-centric conference in many ways, and so we'll have a lot of deep technical content. The OGS should be exciting for the IT teams. We can talk about some of the ROI with respect to cloud and mobile and analytics and pieces like that. So it gives us a chance to really have in-depth discussions with our partners and our customers around some of these releases that we're pulling together. It also gives us a really nice chance to talk about how these different pieces of the portfolio are starting to come together and our customers are being successful with them. So not just thinking about DX in isolation, but social plus DX plus all the exciting stuff that's happening around Verse.
Great. Well, it sounds like digital experience will be well represented at Connected, and those are the questions I have today. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to answer them. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
And for our listeners, please check out socialbizug.org. We're a community for administrators and developers using IBM's collaboration solutions like Notes, Domino, Connections, Xpages, and the Digital Experience Platform. Membership and everything on the site are completely free. Make sure to register so you don't miss out on anything. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at SocialBizUserGroup.